Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Fidelia Aguncha. We begin with the news of success of the Nigerian army in the fight against Boko Haram. The army says its troops in the northeast have rescued 30 civilians from the terrorist sect. A statement from Army spokesperson Brigadier General Sani Usman also confirmed 14 terrorists were killed during the various clearance operations. The operations were targeted at terrorist enclaves in Bana local government area of Borno State. The army also recovered several arms and ammunition from the insurgents during the raid. Human rights group Amnesty International is asking the Nigerian government to prosecute international oil company Shell. In an indicting statement on Tuesday, Amnesty International is accusing Shell of encouraging Nigerian soldiers to torture, rape and murder Ogoni indigents back in the 90s. It also accused Shell of providing support, including transport, for the military. According to the Reactor of Global Issues at Amnesty International, Andre Goran, the findings by the rights group proves it is indisputable that Shell played a key role in the devastating event in Ogoni land. Meanwhile, Shell has now reacted to the accusations. In a statement, the oil company described the accusations as false and lacking in merit. The statement by the company's media relations manager, Bamidele Odugbeson, denied the claims of complicity in the Ogoni killings, adding it was shocked and saddened by the event. The statement also reiterated Shell's adherence to the rule of law and respect for human rights. Exactly 3 weeks after President Muhammadu Buhari submitted the document, the Nigerian Senate has finally begun debate on the 2018 budget. The first hearing was not without any hitches, as some senators criticized the projection of the budget. In his debate, Naya Abaribe described the budget as imaginary. According to him, the assumptions of the budget are totally wrong and off the mark and is dead on arrival. The Senate is expected to continue its debate on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the lower chamber has announced it will suspend plenary for 3 weeks to work on the budget. According to the Deputy Speaker of the House, Yusuf Lassun, the suspension is necessary to allow members proceed on oversight assessment and to be able to do proper defense session for the 2018 budget. It takes effect from Thursday, November 30, 2017. The Nigerian Senate has agreed to revisit the rejection of Ahmad Mahmood, a resident electoral commissioner nominee from Zamfara State. Mahmood was initially rejected based on the recommendation of the Senate Committee on INEC last Thursday. That committee had recommended Mahmood's rejection because he was not from Zamfara State. However, the upper chamber agreed to revisit the rejection after fresh debate on Tuesday. As the politics continues to heat up following the surprise resignation of a former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from the ruling All Progressive Congress, one of his close allies has dismissed suggestions he will also leave the party. The governor of Adamawa State, Jibrila Bindo, insists the APC in the state will not be affected by Atiku's departure. He was speaking after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday. Jibrila is an associate of the former vice president, and there had been speculations he may also quit the party following Atiku's exits. The Nigerian government says it has begun talks with its Libyan counterparts to evacuate its citizens stranded in the North African country. A statement from the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs also condemned the alleged auctioning of migrants, some of whom were reported to be Nigerians in Libya. The ministry says it has also commenced investigations into that matter and is working with a group of African diplomats and the Libyan government to solve the issue. It is also investigating cases of kidnapping of Nigerians for ransom by foreigners and cases of some Nigerians who kidnapped their fellow Nigerians for ransom in Libya. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has closed its case in the trial of a senior advocate of Nigeria, Dele Belgore. The prosecuting counsel for the EFCC, Rotimi Oyedepo, told the court that the anti-graft agency had decided to rest its case after calling 2 witnesses and tendering a number of exhibits. Belgore is standing trial alongside a former Minister of National Planning, Abubakar Suleiman, on a 5-count charge bordering on money laundering. The trial judge, Justice Rilwan Aikawa, adjourned the trial to January 16, 2018 to hear the defendants out.
Give him his shoes somewhere here, his phone and everything.
Don't do like that again, no.
Thank you. So, bye-bye. Hey,
Where do you
Oga, where do you think you are going?
Go. You never shake body.
Eh?
You never shake body.
Shake body, see?
Huh? You never shake body.
Eh?
You never shake body.
I don't get combo for my body.
You go take for here. Sit down there.
Down.
What's this man still doing here?
They say I do shake body. I shake body, I shake body. They say I do this. And I say I don't get color.
You are asking for money.
Sorry, ma'am.
Asking for money to bail a suspect is an act of corruption. Both of you will be punished. Corruption is not allowed within the force. Remember,
Police is your friend. Giving and taking bribe is wrong.
corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Corruption not in my country.
Glad to have you back. Let's look at the world of business now. Nigeria plans to sell 117.17 billion naira worth of treasury bills at an auction on Wednesday. The central bank plans to offer 26.14 billion naira in 3-month paper, 11 billion naira in 6-month bill, and 80.03 billion naira in 1-year notes. Results of the auction will be announced on Thursday. The bank issues treasury bills twice a month to help the government to finance its budget deficit, curb money supply growth, and provide an avenue for lenders to manage liquidity. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has assured the federal government's 2.3 million barrels per day crude oil projection for the 2018 budget is achievable and realistic. Group General Manager, Corporate Planning and Strategy, Bala Wunti, gave the assurance during a presentation to the House of Representatives Joint Committee on 2018 to 2020 medium-term expenditure framework. According to Wunti, the current production capacity of the country was more than 2.3 million barrels per day. He, however, noted that owing to the insecurity in the Niger Delta region, the full production capacity has not been achieved over the years. Meanwhile, global oil prices dipped on Tuesday, weighed down by uncertainty over the outcome of an OPEC meeting scheduled for Thursday. Brent crude oil fell 44 cents on the day to $63.40 a barrel, while U.S. light crude was 26 cents lower at $57.85 a barrel. Members of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries OPEC and other key producers, including Russia, will meet on November 30 to discuss whether to continue to limit production in an effort to drain global inventories to help push up prices. They cut production by 1.8 million barrels per day in January and agreed to hold down output until March. The market had expected OPEC to extend the limits by another 6 to 9 months, but this is now less certain. The Nigerian stock market on Tuesday recovered from the 0.31% loss recorded in the previous trading session, appreciating by 0.68%. The composite all-share index saw a rise of over 250, closing at 37,503.73 basis points, while the equity capitalization surged above 13 trillion naira. The top gainers table was again topped by Nigeria Brewers, followed closely by Stanbic IBTC, Dangote Cement and Cement Company of Northern Nigeria, with their equities appreciating by 4.90, 4.63, 0.42 and 4.79% respectively. Moving on to the decliners table now, Mobil, Guinness, PZ Cussons and Okomu Oil lost 3.22, 1.42, 4.82 and 1.15% respectively to top the chart. The top traders chart in terms of volume had equities of Wapik Insurance PLC taking the lead for the second day. Also on the chart are Diamond Bank, Zenith Bank, First Bank of Nigeria Holdings. Summarizing the market, 1.102 billion shares valued at 4.804 billion naira traded in 4,089 deals. Well, that's all on business. We'll take a break, and when we get back, we'll look at more stories.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no. You don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
A two-day conflict between Guinean and Malian villagers over control of a gold mine that straddles the country's joint border killed at least 17 people. Villagers in both countries lay claim to the zone's rich underground deposits, which have lured thousands of people to work in unregulated, small-scale mines along the border. Artisanal gold mining conducted with rudimentary tools is a key source of income in both Mali and Guinea, but poses numerous safety risks, including frequent mine collapses. Egyptian security forces have killed 11 suspected militants in a shootout near the Sinai. According to the country's interior ministry, the shootout occurred during a raid on a suspected militant hideout in the Sinai bordering province of Ismailia. The raid comes just days after more than 300 people were killed in an attack on a mosque in North Sinai. The government says the targeted area was being used by militants to train and store weapons as well as logistical equipment for attacks in North Sinai. Moving on to sports now, Nigerian footballer Victor Moses has made the shortlist of 11 players for the 2017 African Footballer of the Year award. The 26-year-old is expected to face stiff competition from the likes of Senegal's Sadio Mane, Egypt's Mohamed Salah, and former winner Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Meanwhile, Eagles coach Geno Rohr has been nominated in the Coach of the Year category. The German is in a list of 5, which includes Cameroon's AFCON winning coach Hugo Broos and Egypt's Hector Cooper. The Super Falcons striker Asisat Oshoala is also in the Women's Player of the Year category, with the Super Eagles nominated in the Team of the Year category. The technology that reviews decisions made by the referee through the use of video footage will be introduced to African football next year. The Confederation of African Football said the video assistant referee VAR will be trialed at the 2018 African Nations Championship. The technology will be introduced from the quarterfinal stage of the competition to be hosted in Morocco. The governing body has already invited African officials shortlisted for the next year's World Cup and with previous VAR training to oversee its usage. Spanish side Sevilla has confirmed coach Eduardo Berizzo will undergo surgery for prostate cancer. A statement from the club said his assistant Ernesto Macusi will serve as acting coach in his absence. Berizzo's return to his role will depend on the success of his surgery. The Argentine was appointed manager of Sevilla in May 2017. Well, that's it all on News Now. Thanks for watching. I am Fidelia Aguncha.